All right, so today is January. Today's January 5th. It's 12 o'clock, 12 p.m. and today marks 34th. I know the 32nd day of my juice cleanse. No meat, no solids, no density, no cooking, just fruits and veggies, juiced up, no pulp, no density whatsoever. And man, I mean, I feel great. How I would explain it is like changing the oil in your car or changing the trans fluid in your car, and you just took out the old fluid that circulates throughout the whole system, and you just put clean fluid in. But instead of me getting the same brand I got last time to put in my car, I got a higher valued one, a higher valued brand, a higher technology type brand, more efficiency, and man, that's what my blood feels like. I just feel amazing, full of energy, full of the most clarity I've ever had, the deepest I've been able to contemplate and think, and using the faculties of my mind, being able to test my will, being able to test my reasoning on a whole different level, awareness on a whole different level. Because doing this juicing, and I mean, I've cut out so many addictions, so many fucking addictions and distractions and self-destructive habits. So, because those were things that were so normal and so natural to do for me because of conditioning. My body craves and it aches to grab something to smoke, grab something to eat, and I'm just immediately. So what I've been doing immediately when those things come is reasoning, and I reason with it. I'm like, why would I jeopardize how great I feel right now? Why would I jeopardize the benefits of this healthy lifestyle, of this natural lifestyle? Why would I jeopardize the benefits of that way of living for a 15-minute pleasure that after that 15 minutes of pleasure, all I'm left with is consequences that send me down into an emotional whirlwind, another send me down into craving more of it, or the suffering from it with how I feel in my stomach, how I feel in my state of being, and doing things that I got to do, like go to work, or just operating in the day, or wanting to make videos, or wanting to study on something, and I got this brain fog again. And yeah, so my reasoning with these things has just been on a whole different level, because that's what I really enjoying with this juicing, is that there's no cheating. You can't, I mean, there's no loophole. There's really no loophole, because it's not even, juicing is not the same as smoothies. There's no pulp, there's no density. It's literally the structured water that is inside these plants, the biophotons, and the H3O2, the structured water. That's what it is. It's so you can't have a blended up soup. You can't of potatoes and tomatoes and onions and things like that and blend it up and eat it. No, because I mean that's full of density, and it's cooked. But even with like making a dense smoothie of how people, I've never made my smoothies like this, but I hear people like put ice cream and shit like that, and oh well, it's a liquid. And no. Nope, not the same as juicing. Juicing, there is no rabbit hole, no rabbit hole, no loopholes. Now, I mean, soda. I mean, you could. I guess that's a way you could cheat, is like drinks such as like sugary drinks and shit. Because I mean, there's no pulp or anything in it, but it's not structured water. It's structured water, all right. I mean, artificially, and contains a lot of chemicals and toxins and shit, but yeah, it's still not the same as juicing. But I guess that's the only loophole you could use. But you would definitely Anyway, yeah, you would definitely feel a difference. But yeah, so that's one thing I really wanted to talk about was these cravings. Cravings and withdrawals, and at different times. Like I won't even be craving, but I'll be going through withdrawals. And so my cravings have been on and off. Like I said, hold on real quick. So satisfying. I mean that is just amazing. I mean it is just electric, man. I gotta tell you. I mean I drink that. I've experienced zero hunger this entire time from day one to now, 32. I mean it's mind blowing. Um, no hunger whatsoever, no lethargic feeling, no fatigue feeling, none of that, none lack of energy, none dreading the next day, the dreading the next hour. I mean, like I said, I feel more optimal than I ever have, and literally just consuming liquids, just consuming juice, and so that's where I've been able to discern the difference between hunger and um, and cravings. My ears a little clogged up. Um, ears a little clogged up from the sauna and showering, I guess. Um, yeah, so I mean, I haven't dealt with any hunger because I drink my juice from the time I wake up till the time I fall asleep. I've been stopping around 7 p.m. because I'm able to fall asleep now right away. I mean, before I'd lay down and it'd take me another 2 hours just to fall asleep of rolling around, getting pissed, this and that. Take 2 to 3 hours. My normal time going to bed was, I mean, it'd be around 8, 9, but I wouldn't pass out till 11 or 12. Um, but now I'm able to fall asleep at 7, able to fall asleep at 8. I mean, it's amazing, and I get solid sleep. Though I piss more than I ever have, so I wake up probably 6 times in the night taking a piss, but I'm able to come right back in and pass out. And I say come back in because I go outside and take a piss. I don't like pissing in the toilet and flushing all the time, so I just go outside. But yeah. That's the only thing with my sleep, but I wake up, boom, ready to go. I mean, like I said, it feels like I just have this clean fluid in me now, and um, it's like it's not even able to get dirty because there's no, instead of it getting dirty, it's just like, it's purifying even more. It's like I'm putting a cleaning fuel injector into the clean oil gas I put in me, and it's just constantly purifying and keeping things clean. Yeah, it's like the cleaner and fuel mix, and it's just not able to get dirty. I mean, it's really mind blowing. So these cravings, like I said, I haven't dealt with hunger because I drink all day long, and I drink anywhere from 2 gallons to 2.5 gallons. So I drink plenty, um, and so I don't deal with any hunger, but the cravings come. And um, in the beginning, I was hardly. I think it took a little while before I even started hitting cravings, probably like 14 days, because I was, like I say, I just feel so full of light, feel so full of electricity, feel so full of energy from drinking this, and just a heightened state of being to where, yeah, I haven't been. There was like no need to crave because I was just satisfied, and then I started craving because it's all right. It's been a week or two, without your sugar, without your cooked food, without your meat, without your, how about we start um, come on, let's dope up a little bit. Um, and and so I started getting cravings, but immediately, I'd start reasoning with them. There's sometimes when the cravings hit pretty hard, I would I would just sit and watch food reels, vegan food reels. These high high star vegan dishes being made and all that, and like pastas and noodles, and that's what I've really been craving is like noodles, pasta. I'll say burgers and like cheesesteaks as well, but vegan, like I have no desire, zero zip desire for meat ever since I quit meat, and I had um, every reason I wanted to quit meat. I haven't craved it since. I don't crave anything of it, not even the cheese, not even no byproducts, no milk. I don't want anything to do with animal products. So like when I say cravings for hamburgers, I mean like a vegan burger, because they do like mushroom, they do substitutes with mushroom and jackfruit and things like that, and I mean just these crazy dishes, um, and so those are the types of cravings I've been getting, like pizza, burgers, noodles, blah blah blah, and and so I'll just watch food reels, and it's crazy. I mean, you'll spend an hour, 2 hours just watching them, and it does nothing but fuel that craving even more. You're like in more justification going on and all this, and that's next thing I want to get to is the justification part. But first, so yeah, dealing with the cravings, but able to to kick them to the curb pretty quick, and but this past week, so I haven't made a video in a while because I got hit with that brain fog again. It's like the first week I was talking about with the brain fog. Um, the issue was that I couldn't articulate my words, my thoughts outwards into words. So I didn't want to talk to anybody. Didn't want to, because I couldn't put things together and speak it. And I tried making videos over this week. I made videos, but I was just like, man, fuck that. I ain't posting that shit. Or like while I was making the video, I just cut it off because I just kept hitting so many walls, so many blank spots, pauses in so many of my sentence, um, and it was so I just said fuck it, because I wasn't able to get my point across. I was trying to do an update video, just couldn't get my point across. Couldn't remember what I was even talking about, things like that. And yeah, so that started, and during that time of that brain fog, I come to find what I'm finding out, because today I feel great. And my last night of hard cravings was last night, and but I've been dealing with cravings just on and off, on and off, on and off since like uh, December 24th and 25th. Like those days, the cravings were just nonstop. But they only come. They're not all day. Like I said, I wake up and I'm so happy I didn't eat the night before, fall into my, or succumb to my bad habits that night, because I woke up and I just remember, like, I wake up and I feel way different than all the other days I've woken up after eating whatever I wanted, and just the next day just in full regret, full like, fuck, I feel like shit, fuck, I don't want to get out, fuck, I don't deal with that. And so when I wake up, it's just like a remembrance, like, wow, I'm so happy I'm able to have that willpower to not succumb to these low frequency bullshit pleasures. And so I'll be good all throughout the day, but it's like nighttime. Once I stop doing anything, once it's like 2 hours before bed, I mean, I need to start finding something else, like reading a book, um, going for a walk, doing something, because or just sitting with those, and just totally get off of technology and just sit with those feelings and just dig deeper, contemplate deeper, and dig deeper into what is the emotional attachment here? What is making me really, which I do all that. I do that on a pretty deep level, but I can always go deeper. I don't know. I only know if I take it that far. So that's just something I got to experiment with and give time and attention to. But so what I saw that the recent brain fog was withdrawal. I was literally going through withdrawal of not having my hit, of not having my fix with food, and I was dealing with crazy cravings, man, like so close to going out. I even so yesterday I actually I drove by an old all-you-can-eat Chinese buffet me and my dad used to go to. I had no cravings at all. Yesterday, I was good. I was thriving. I was gonna hit the gym after work, and was just totally fine. But I drove past that buffet. I was like, just out of nowhere, I was just like, let's go in there. Let's see what they got. Yeah, I didn't eat nothing, but man, I walked around that buffet and I saw the vegan options, and I was like, man, and I saw the noodles, I saw the soups. I was already thinking of the different concoctions I could put together. I was like, man, so this is where it's gonna get me to the justification part, because in the beginning, I would justify my thing by my reason for succumbing to be, it's just the beginning, might as well get those urges, get those urges done with in the beginning, and then I can just hop right back in. I'm only 2 weeks in, just go ahead, get it over with, and then I'll jump back into it. But it's like, how many times have I said that with the past 5 years of many things, right? I'll just hop back in and restart. How many times am I gonna restart? And when is that urge? That urge will never die until you actually fucking kill it with your willpower and determination and your reasoning onto why you're not doing what you're trying to not do. And so yeah, that was like in the beginning, even and then and some other things. I forget what all I was gonna add to that in the beginning, but what it turned into yesterday was like, all right, man, you're 31 days in, and it started justifying it this way, was all right, you've been clean for 31 days. You feel a heightened state of being you've never felt before. Now, let's eat a meal to feel its effects, so that in the future when you deal with those cravings, your point of reference can go back to this day and be like, so because I know if I eat this meal, I'm gonna feel like shit. I'm not gonna feel as optimal as I have been feeling these past 30 days. I'm gonna be dealing with consequences. I'm gonna have to go through those same detox symptoms of shitting all that stuff out, and the smells and all this, and the mucus and the lethargic feeling. And I know what all is gonna come, and I was just like, I'll and this will really make me sick to where I won't even want to crave that shit anymore, because I see the huge difference the food does to me now versus when I'm on this. And but it's like, if you already know that, plus your whole reasoning behind it is knowing that shit is toxic, that shit is poison, that shit is a drug that makes you addicted and makes you want endless amounts of it, and it never ends, it's never enough. And all it does is bring you suffering. All it does is make you feel like shit. All it does is dumb you down. All it does is fog up your mind and make you mindless. All it does is, it's literally just a hit. It's a fucking drug. And it's just like, So I was just laughing at that because I'm like, wow, man, like the justification is getting so intelligent now. It's like it's throwing that at me. Now it's trying to like, hey, no, you are doing a good thing, but let's eat a little something so we can really see why you're doing what you're doing. And it's like, no, that's not how you break a habit, you know. You, you gotta told how you break a habit is by the knowledge of why you shouldn't be doing what you used to do, and why you're doing what you're doing now to not do what you used to do, and why you're doing what you're doing now for better health, better vitality, this and that. The knowledge behind it, your intentions behind it, um, and seeing it exactly for what it is, and having your why to what you're doing, the intention and meaning behind what you're doing. That's how you break a fucking habit. Oh, and then with the repetition of doing it. And that's how you practice strengthening your willpower, is by constantly going against your conditioned habits, which are your self-destructive habits, is going against them, choosing a healthy alternative, choosing a different way of being that is healthier, that it brings more vitality to your life, that aligns you more with health, vitality, your authenticity, your true nature, true fact and reality, not your ego, not your enslavement, not fantasy, not illusion, not, so so much reasoning, and that's just how you break addictions. Yeah, so I've been seeing the withdrawals are just, the juicing, man, the juicing compared to fasting, it makes this, compared to water fasting and dry fasting, the juicing makes this detox so much easier to deal with with a normal U.S. citizen's busy schedule of 40 plus hours of work each week, and bills every 30 days, and things like that. Makes it much easier to do, and it makes this healing much easier to do in a toxic system of operation. And so, because the water fast and the dry fasting is great and it's doable, but try doing that and going to work every day. Try doing that and meeting meeting requirements every month. Try and do that and deal with your normal social life. Try to do that and be around your same environment. You need to be totally away from stressors. You need to be away from bullshit, from toxicity when you do that stuff, because that is a deep and hard detox. Like it'll detox you, but it's gonna be a whole different experience than the the ease this brings to your detoxing and rejuvenation process. So yeah, day 32, and I got a gym membership on December 24th. I've been working out every day. The days I don't work, I go work out at 4 p.m. and I'm usually at the gym for three hours, and it's not like I'm beating the shit out of my muscles or anything, because I haven't worked out in so long. I'm just playing it very smart, go very slow in my sets. I don't, like I said, I don't beat up any of my muscles. I more just do a lot of hops, more single leg, single arm stuff, just moving weights in the ranges of different motions to get used to moving weight again and shit like that. I'm not like banging out 6 reps and struggling on the 6th rep or anything. No, I'm just pretty much doing high rep stuff and just explosiveness, high reps, explosive reps, agility type things, wrestling stances, shadow boxing with Muay Thai, so shadow kicks, shadow punches, shadow elbows, all that. Just real smart, getting my body moving again. Even been doing some sprints, going for more walks on hikes and such. Just taking it real smart, not killing myself, not fucking being sore for 5 days after a workout. Just being very smart, high reps, and just very clean technique. And so I was weighing 155 the day I started juicing, the day before I started juicing, and today I weighed in at 138 flat. So that's about half a pound every day I've lost. And yeah, 138, and man, I feel fucking like a tank. I feel great. But you know, it's not all about feeling good right now. I'm cleaning out, I'm rejuvenating. You know, so there's days I'm not gonna feel great. There's days I'm gonna be a little weaker. There's days, but that's not because I'm on a juice. I'm only drinking juice. I'm malnourished. I'm not getting all my nutrients. I'm not eating enough protein. You know, that's not what it is. It's detox symptoms. I'm literally, and when you're detoxing, when you're breaking the mucoid plaque that has accumulated in my gut for 25 years every fucking day of toxins and chemicals and all kinds of bad shit. That stuff was just solidifying, and it was stuck. It was sort of like how toxins that get wrapped in a water cell or a fat cell to keep it from intoxicating your blood. Um, it gets that's what fat is. It's like, I'm pretty sure it's like wrapped around fat and water, something like that, to keep the chemical from, because it's not finding its way out. It usually goes into your tissues, your muscles, your bones, things like that. So that's what you gotta realize. This rejuvenation process is pulling all that shit out of my bones, of my tissues. I mean, it's a deep fucking detox. Because see, I'm no longer, this is what I love about the juicing. The reward too is taking a shit. Like every time I take a shit, I know I'm not putting any more shit in my mouth. So when I take a shit, that is less shit that's in my body. And each day that passes, more and more of that shit just comes out. And that's what I've been experiencing. I've been shitting so much every day. I'm still shitting solids, and it's been 32 days for me. I only went through like that 1 week where it was all just liquids, and I was shitting like eight times in a day, but it was all liquids. But now I'm back down to 2-3 times in a day, and it's solid. It's mostly solids, maybe a little squirt of liquids, but mainly solids. I mean, it's pretty fucking wild. It's like, dude, I'm on day 32. I haven't consumed solids in 32 days, and I'm still shitting out solids, and I still haven't even shit out the mucoid plaque. So I'm excited for that, getting around day 90 and just 20-pound shit comes out of me, and it's all that nasty mucoid plaque. But yeah, so yeah, shitting often, and yeah, I was saying something about the chemicals. So that breaking down of that stuff, it goes back into your blood. I don't know if I was saying that stuff because of fasting and such, but that's the thing. When you're fasting, it breaks that stuff down too, but all it does, it stays in your system. It's not finding its way out, so you can get really sick and fucked up from it. But that's another thing I use on reasoning with my cravings, is I'm enhancing my body's defense mechanism, my body's healing mechanism. I'm maturing that process in me. I'm developing that process in me. It's becoming so strong. I think it's autoimmune cells and white blood cells that are your like security, is your cleanser in your body. I'm multiplying those things because I'm not taking any toxins in, and so that healing process in me is just, developing beyond belief right now. And so it's like it um I'm just curious where it's gonna take me, you know. So yeah, that's another thing. Why would I jeopardize all this work I've done for a fucking 15-minute meal and basically have to restart? You know, basically have to just restart right back, because all those crevices I've gotten shit out of, it's just going to get filled right back up as soon as I put density back in. Those crevices shouldn't even be crevices. They need to heal back up before I put any density in my mouth, or else they're just, those dense things are just going to get stuck in crevices again and build up again and shit like that. So yeah, I just have a lot of meaning behind this, and it just, electric, baby, electric. So yeah, and even when I work out, I'm like, thank God I didn't eat any trash, because I wouldn't feel this good right now. I probably wouldn't even be at the gym right now. I wouldn't even make it at 4 in the morning if I do, you know. And and yeah, so it's just, there's so many reasons why not to succumb to indulging in poisons and toxicity. I just gotta see, you know, they're just I'm very happy with how intelligent I'm becoming, to see, because that last justification of, come on, it's an experiment. Like, let's have that point of reference for in the future when you deal with cravings again, when you get back on the juice again, you can go, oh, well, I saw how bad it fucked me up after 30 days of being on juice and having my first cooked meal. You know, so it's gonna make it easier to not to diminish those cravings in the future. And it's like, yeah, I could do that, or I could just continue on with the juice and continue seeing that. Why do I need to see that that's gonna fuck me up when I already know that that's gonna fuck me up? That shit has brought so much suffering, has brought so much pain, suffering, and dis-ease into my life. It has brought so much ailments into my life and my body. It has been a total self-destruction with that. It's turned me into an addict. It's turned me into a harder working slave to indulge in my addiction. I mean, I already know what it is. Why would I? Why? If I continue on this, it's just gonna make me stronger. And if I don't do it, and I have the willpower not to do it, that's just making my willpower stronger. So really, I'm getting even more benefits from not doing it than doing it and having it as a reference in the future for my future cravings. Like, I mean, it's just, you know, you really gotta fucking face that shit and hit it with some truth, and be honest and true with yourself. Like, because before, when I would shallow think, when I would just, because of that, which I'm sure that justification has come up many times for things. Yeah, because I've been on just fruits for like a couple months or a month, and I'd be like, oh, let's try a cooked meal. Yeah, so I've had that, you know. It's just, but I was such a shallow thinker, and plus I didn't do any mental and emotional healing back then. It's so it was easy to just fall right, to just succumb to any self-destructive habit and desire. And so now, with getting so true and honest with myself, getting so real with myself, being real, getting down, yeah, just that honesty is so fucking important. And questioning why, you know, why, but why do I need that as a reference in the future? What if instead I just continued on with this? You know, asking those questions. Sometimes we don't even want to ask those questions because we already know the answer, and we don't want that answer, so we're just like, we just justify it real quick and go straight to doing it. That justifier is is a killer, man. I mean, that justifier will hold you back for a long, long time. Yeah. Yep. So, a lot has transpired since my last update video. I think the last update video I did was 14 days. See, like, I got a zit right there. So random zits have been popping up recently too, like one on my leg. It's really when I started working out, because I usually work out for like 2 hours, all the way from my warm up to my cool down. And then I go in the sauna for probably about 30 minutes. And sometimes I go in the sauna, then in a cold shower, in a sauna, then in a cold shower. And so I'll be there for another hour. So usually at the gym for 3 hours before I even get back home. And so I'm getting all that movement, and even the sauna and sweating shit out. It's aiding me in this process of rejuvenation. So I'm getting random zits in my legs, random zits on my head, just like one or a couple at a time. But yeah, man, 138. 138, and I feel great. I remember last time I cut down to 138 when I was trying to wrestle. I think I was actually trying to wrestle like 130 or 135, and it was hard. I didn't feel as good as I did now, because I was cutting down to that weight, but I was still eating what the fuck ever. So, but now I'm on this juice, and it's just enhancing my state of being. It's giving me more energy. It's bringing back my body's biological functioning. You know, it's totally rejuvenating the whole system, man, and bringing me back into the true nature of it, the natural functioning of it. And you know, it's biological functioning. And so, yeah, I have a lot of reasons as to why I don't participate in any of the toxicity that I used to indulge in, and just staying strong on this path and loving every moment of it. I mean, like I said, I don't deal with any cravings till nighttime. So in the day, I just feel like a beast. I mean, I see the huge difference in work. I mean, of course, I've worked here for a while, so of course I feel a major difference now, being my first time ever 30 plus days on juice. And during those first 30 days, I could just feel a major difference in my performance at work. I feel a major difference. I feel a difference in the heat sweats I would get, the nasty, sticky sweats I would get. You know, it's totally different. Shit, this is the first week I've actually never wore deodorant at work. Like, I usually always gotta wear deodorant because I will start stinking. But I just haven't been stinking. Like I said, my skin feels... I used to get so much oil right here and right here in the crevices, and get rashes right up in here, and dry skin really bad right up in here. Gone. So much of the inflammation is gone. And I can say that for, like, in the morning when I wake up, I don't have to roll out my joints. I don't have to move my limbs to warm up. I already feel good. I feel ready. Whereas before it was a dread getting up, and before I even worked, I had to, like, move my body, move my hips, move my spine in different in its different ranges of motion, you know, to even get ready. I had to hang a lot. I don't do any of that shit. I'll actually sleep in, and then just get up, get dressed, and go straight to work, and then get going. And so yeah, huge difference.